Hey everyone, happy equinox, happy astrological new year. I was getting dinner ready and came across this, and I really signed from the universe and a message to chat with you and see how you are all doing through these very quickly changing times right now. So a lot of us kind of see and feel and know what's happening, sort of the bigger picture, if you will. Some people don't at all, and there's people all through and in between. But it is an extremely powerful time. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the subtleness of change, because it is amazing how the universe creeps up on us, and we can sit back and say, oh my goodness, I made all of this happen. And it's my choices and my attitude and my ability to stand in my power that has got me where I am. So we just have to remain patient and vigilant. And then we will realize it's like, wow, I mean, this is amazing how far we've come. Honestly, especially in the last 6 months, it has been a quickly moving school of learning. And if we can think about it that way more, that these are mind challenges, these are coming more attuned with where you're willy-nilly in emotional management, where we can overthink. It is really very much the game of those things as we continue to be responsible for creating our reality, for navigating some of the obstacles, for learning about what it's teaching us, and for dealing with other people in a way that is compassionate yet has very strong boundaries. So we learn from some of these past relationships which were there to make us conscious, and we can then reflect when we've gotten through some of the initial shock of the awakening to the truth, that we can now be in a much better position going forward once we've done the inner work to see that so much of that need of those relationships were subconscious driven programs picked up from our caregivers or from people that we are in close relationships to. It's really just a lesson on self-awareness, this whole thing. And once we understand that, once we become conscious of where our thoughts are going and why, we can really learn to shift and navigate through those roadblocks and challenges, and trust the universe that it's showing us these things for very important reasons. So going with the flow. It's just been a very dynamic time, folks. Somebody asked me if I was okay. Yes, I'm okay. Feeling really good, actually. There's been a big shift, like I said. We're moving into these brand new Aries energies, giving us more energy, more drive, more ability to get things done that we want to do. Spring is in the air here. It's lovely. So that's obviously rejuvenating and gives us some hope as we come out of where I am here in Canada, quite a long winter. So things are good, moving very quickly as we shift timelines dramatically here. The past 6 months have been unbelievably full of growth and change. I'm personally going through, moving into very soon, my second Saturn return, and that really makes me reflect on a whole lot of things, perhaps a redirection, the next phase of my life, living my dream, and really understanding who I am. And that is so rewarding and so powerful. There are other people that aren't as excited about you coming into your own power and awareness and self-love. And this will become more and more obvious as we bring ourselves from solitude and we seek our own validation and we give ourselves the opportunity to walk through some of these more painful experiences. We gain bigger and better insights into our operating system here. And it really then becomes less of an issue what other people think you should be doing. And the biggest is really moving in the direction of your very own dreams. Of course, within reason, we are empaths, after all, highly sensitive and do care about people, but we also know that our inner guidance system, our higher self, is helping us achieve our own goals. And this, like I said, isn't going to make everybody happy. They prefer the old you, who is easy to control and manipulate. So there's ruffles in the water because a lot of that is happening as we really start to understand who we are. So who are you? There are many individuals, and this isn't necessarily a bad thing. This is what ascension and awakening is, coming into self, recognizing that you are operating perhaps on a lot of subconscious programs, levels that have been drilled and drilled and drilled and drilled into us over generations. And we've been picking up and running with those programs, thinking that is real. But the reality is that a lot of those programs are very high in density, in negativity, and they are not the healthiest ways of living in this world. So we are experiencing, perhaps you feel this, people in your life again are reflections of the change, and this is going to be reflected as sometimes we lose people in our lives because we have come into ourselves in our higher frequency and have a better idea as to who we are and are willing to stand in that. So this is all subtle energies, all subtle things that have been unraveling, exposing themselves. Oh, through Pisces season, I mean, that is the depths of depth. We don't have to necessarily understand it all, write it all down, because it is really just moving through, giving us more insight, and not always 100% easy. So big energies, let's focus on the energies as we have big breakthrough, a new season, Aries season, new beginnings. This energy just is. We are already there. We are already living in 5D. We are co-creating this new earth. So our energies are all about, many of us here are really all about continuing to move that needle of conscious creation of new earth forward. And there's a lot of people that are doing this good work and breaking new ground, and it's very, very exciting. I love to see the work on helping this beautiful planet and beautiful environment, which we were gifted to experience. So yeah, it's difficult to explain. I think it's just really important to know that we are flipping through, as usual, these energies, and to know that you are not alone. So many people are, just starting out, just getting the aha moments, the awareness. You can see this more and more on different types of social media. I'm backing off it a little bit for now, only to focus, but it's fantastic to see so many people understanding about this process where mostly everybody understands what an empath is. They kind of understand narcissistic personality disorder. This is, we need to be careful in how we talk about this subject. I have a lot of experience in this area, unfortunately, and it is really important for us. More people are seeing this, and it's really important for your emotional and especially your physical well-being to become aware of these subconscious programs and gaslighting. It is an insidious process when they are some people are very, very good at knowing how to push your empathetic buttons through manipulation and guilt and shame and passive-aggressive behaviors. These are all things that happen. I never knew about this. I just thought the world was so nice and everybody's so nice until I had to learn the extremely hard way how certain individuals affect us energetically. And I'm going to do another video on this. I'm going to get more into my own personal experiences because it's critical. First of all, your health is the number one thing. You cannot do anything well if you don't have your health. So if you've been taking out your anger, frustrations, venting through other means, through that aren't that good for you on an ongoing basis, be very careful that you're not misplacing your energy to damaging yourself for what somebody else is doing. So emotional awareness. And if you're finding that's the case, to really step away, really observe, zip it up, and don't share as much or any information, only what's necessary until you're able to really kind of see the bigger picture of what is happening around you. So just a word there, how important our health is, which is tied to these emotional strings that some people may have been able to pull. So we're getting through a lot of that, seeing our value and continuing to push ourselves creatively, physically. We create our own reality. So we got to remember that it's, whatever it is you want to make a reality, the choice is really up to you, and it's very different for each person. There is no perfect scenario. There is no, you are successful because. Success is different things for different people. For me, a lot of my success is having the ability to be in a peaceful, non-chaotic place in my life. And there's been a whole lot of chaos for a lot of years. So this is nice, really focusing on the people and the things that bring us joy. So guys, we continue this process, moving through these big energies. There is a lot happening in the background. This is why we are experiencing this stuff appearing in our reality. We know the changes that are happening are big. And again, what can we do? Trust the process. Feel good in our hearts, know that they're connected. Really try and come back to those moments that feel good in your heart. Send love. Recognize where there is frustration and anger. There's nothing wrong. It's all very important to see and feel all of this stuff. But big energies we're moving into. A lot of breakthroughs are going to be transpiring in many different ways, folks. So I hope that helps anybody out there. We will definitely talk soon. Bye.